Welcome to the Simply Rogue podcast. My name's Ross.
My name's Mark.
And I'm Jay.
And we've got another guest on. A very exciting guest. Welcome Cameron to the Simply Rogue podcast.
How you doing then, boys?
Hello.
How you feeling?
I'm very good, mate. First of all, I just want to say thank you very much, boys, for sponsoring us. Especially the fact that it's free friends that are sponsoring us. It really does mean a lot. So thank you very much for
Not a
that.
problem. And we do that. Obviously, you've got other sponsors and stuff like that, but we just, because of the person you are, we just wanted to chip in and help.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Every little helps, doesn't it?
That's it. And our new ethos is make it possible. So if we can help someone like yourself make your dreams possible.
Like you said, to be fair, if it wasn't for all them sponsors, it wouldn't be possible. So
Yeah,
like you say, thank you again. And we are going to make it possible.
we are going to make it possible.
Oh, yes.
Big things are about to happen.
Oh yeah.
How's the boys today?
Very well.
Yeah?
Very well.
Bit rough.
Refreshed.
Yeah, a bit rough.
Too much moose juice.
Yeah, we're on the coffees today. You're back on it though.
I know. Yeah, we're on the coffees. He's rough
Yeah.
the one with the sap with a pint.
Yeah.
What are we? It's just so people know. It's 1 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon.
Super Sunday.
We're off Mondays. It's all right.
Yeah.
So exciting guest. If for people that don't know, Cameron is a professional MMA fighter.
Fighting man.
How
From
fighting
Darlington.
man? Fighting man from.
Darlington.
So when do you turn pro, Cam?
You know what? It's weird that you said that. I've just shared a post today. 4 years ago today was my pro debut on BAMMA,
Yeah,
where I got beat up by some Polish Greco-Roman wrestling champion.
I remember that.
Big Choy was.
Yeah,
Big Choy.
Mate, I remember stepping in the cage, right? Obviously, you're all psyched up, ready to go and all that. It was a bit weird for me, though, because it was BAMMA. There was 4,000 people there. You only had 3 amateur fights. And then I've gone from these little shows to 4,000 people in Genton Arena in Birmingham. So normally you run into the cage being like, right, fucking ready to kill this gun. And I'm running thinking, this is fucking mint. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was
Deep
a weird,
end.
yeah, it was a weird one. But, like, I didn't feel scared or now like that. I was just like, this is mint, this. But when really you should be in the mindset of like, right, I'm going to fight.
right. So you were a little bit distracted, as in like you were like,
I wouldn't say distracted, but I was just like, taking it all in, like, whoa.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Because it was sort of what dreams were made of for me at that point. Never mind turning pro, but fighting on BAMMA, like watching the days when Tom Denham was on BAMMA.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Watching him smash up on BAMMA, and then for me to fight on it as my pro debut was like, whoa. And I remember I do like a run around the cage. I don't just go to my corner. I like to just do a little run around the cage.
Get a feel for it.
I remember looking at him and I thought, there's the size of this jar here. But how much weight has he put on? And I remember that, like, everyone said he looked 2 weight classes above you.
Really, yeah.
So, yeah, it was just because of nutrition, S&C, stuff like that. I wasn't really clued up on it.
No.
And,
Like
I
anything, you have to learn, don't you? And obviously,
I
Well,
learned the hard way.
yeah. So I'm guessing in that, I mean, we'll run through it a bit more in a bit, but in that fight, I'm guessing he took it at the ground, was it? Or-
Yeah, so the first one was like, he didn't like my stand-up.
Yeah.
I caught him with a few nice kicks and stuff like that.
And he thought, I don't like that.
Took me to the ground on the first one, managed to regain guard. Then it was the end of the round. He cut me open a little bit and stuff, but it didn't bother us. And then come out second, flung like a nice head kick. He just to say blocked it, and he's obviously went, nah. And Greco-Roman wrestling is upper body wrestling.
Yeah.
He's got me against the cage, ragdolled me to the floor, and I just couldn't get him off me, and the ref had to stop it.
Yeah.
It wasn't a bad stoppage and out like that. I wasn't hurt. I just couldn't get him off. I wasn't skilled enough to get him off at the time whilst he was laying into us.
Yeah.
And like you say, like, I wasn't hurt, but the ref made the right decision and stopped the fight. in
Yeah,
the
nice
second round.
debut,
It
eh?
was fantastic. Then I
Yeah.
went to the Falklands for 6 months.
Ah, shit,
So
yeah.
just to cry about it for 6 months.
So
till I
you
could
had
get back
6 months to think about a defeat.
in. Yeah.
Ugh. Nice.
The worst possible place to think about it is
Yeah.
the Falklands.
Yeah.
Awful.
Couldn't imagine that being a
Awful.
nice place.
No.
Oh, rotten. Just full of penguins and that.
I bet you were ground and pound them. Come here now.
Get packed.
Yeah. Greco. Right. So when did it all begin? When was the start of the fighting man's career?
When I think back, you know what? I was thinking about this the other day, knowing that I was going to be on this podcast. I've never thought about it like this, right? But when my granddad used to look after us, you know what it was when I
Is
was
this
there?
the Rangers fan?
No, it's the other one.
Live one. Right.
My dad's dad.
Right.
And I was always watching Karate Kids. There's a Karate Girl, believe it or not. I bet you didn't know that.
Didn't know
there?
that actually.
Yeah.
I didn't know
There's
that.
a Karate Girl. I used to watch all the Teenage Mutant Ninja, everything, Kickboxer, Bruce Lee. I used to love the Bruce Lees. I even tried to do nunchucks myself at one point.
Yeah. I remember Enter the Dragon, watching that when I was dead young. Like,
that's why I tried to do the nunchucks.
Right, yeah.
So I generally think it's like, you know, like not manifested, but like it's
Being
just always
ingrained
been there.
into
Do you know what I mean? And then I actually started karate when I was younger, because my daddy was like Northeast Taekwondo champion back in the day. And back in the day, that's what it was, wasn't it? It wasn't MMA.
No.
It was like your karates, your taekwondos, and then obviously boxing and that as well. And I remember I was mint at karate, but I hurt a girl in sparring and just never went back.
Yeah.
Never went back. That was when I was dead young. And then it was always the typical footballer. I wanted to be the footballer. And I wasn't bad when I was little.
You just have to be, like, to survive in school, you kind of have to want to be a footballer.
Yeah.
Because anything else you're getting bullied.
If you're a lad, you're a footballer.
Yeah.
Do you know,
like, what do you want to be when you grow up? Footballer?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Two left feet, footballer.
Yes.
But so it started football, and then I started Thai boxing at 11 years old, which is what my dad got me into again. Cause
Your dad's a bit of an athlete, isn't he?
Yeah, he does well for his age. Like, doesn't
yeah.
have, I still fill him in on a weekend. Like,
Yeah.
gets cheeky guru.
Yeah, good up, big hot spoon on the back of his neck.
But
Some
so,
beard
yeah.
as well. Have you seen it, Mark?
No.
Have you
it's
not?
a good
Oh,
one.
yes, I have.
Strong.
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
Strong.
Good beard, yeah.
Yeah, very good.
I
beard.
grow mine for about 3 weeks, thinking it's a good idea, and then
Yeah,
straight
you
off.
don't need that.
Nah.
It's not too bad.
But I appreciate the hot towels in here. I feel a bit manly now when I get a
Yeah,
hot towel in
that's
here.
it.
Do you know
Bit
what
of
I
a
mean?
shave.
Like, I've just had a shave.
Just going to the barber shop for a shave. Yeah. Really?
But yeah, so it started off. I think I was Thai boxing like 2-3 times a week down at Hanneman Thai Boxing in Darlow. Craig Willis, great coach, absolute. Still using techniques to this day that he's taught me. So I was doing the football and the Thai boxing. And then as I started getting older, like football was here, and then sort of the Thai boxing was here. And then as I started getting older, it started going this way, especially when I sort of hit 18.
Right, so through your teens it just shifted.
Yeah, so I left the Thai boxing at 13 and I joined Evolution Martial Arts
Right, yeah.
at 14
Sure, man, yeah.
because that was kickboxing with a little bit of jiu-jitsu as well. I wanted to start mixing up both because my mum and dad, again, they were watching the UFC back in the day when it was like Chuck Liddell, Tito Ortiz,
Yeah.
stuff like that. That was when I started
Some of the
watching
golden
it.
days, them, like.
The good old days.
Were you like, when you were going to like these martial art classes, were you like buzzing off them as well? Were you like excited to go?
Yeah, like I used to love it, mate. Like
Yeah.
I used to love it. Being down like Eastbourne Park and that, and everyone like, they'd be like, this is when we were like 14, 15, 16. Everyone would like, that's when everyone starts drinking down the park and that, innit? I still wasn't drinking down the park.
No.
I don't think I had my first drink till I was like 16, 17, and it was still once.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until I got in town that I was started drinking. So I was still even in
Were you
them.
drinking, Jay?
Oh yes, especially in Eastbourne Park.
Yeah.
Be some
Hundreds
mad
of us
times
on
There's
in
a
there.
loads of yous.
Hundreds of us.
Yeah.
Like when you get like 100 strong in a park.
Yeah.
It was like that,
it's
wasn't
mint.
it?
Everyone's
Yeah,
just
it was
popping
like
about
that.
with a White
Yeah.
Star and Lambrini and that.
Yeah.
But yet again, I still had in touch now because I love my training that much. And then when I was at Evolution, I was actually training 5-6 times a week. And then if I wasn't at school, I'd be there on the daytime classes as well.
Right, so
So
you started ramping it up a
It's
bit.
it stemmed from a really young age. Like this professional MMA stuff hasn't just come in the last few years.
Yeah.
It's literally started since I was about 11-year-old.
Right, so you've been pretty sort of confident in striking and stuff like that
Yeah.
from nearly 11, 12.
But I've just never been the type of guy where you'd be like, oh, he's hard in.
Well, no, that's...
Do you know what I mean? I was just daft little Cameron who was just everyone's mate. Do you know what I mean?
And then just starts taking heads off.
Yeah. But so yeah, I used to love it, man. And then what I used to do is like when I was younger, I used to like, so say we'd have sparring on the Thursday day, I would watch someone like GSP.
Yeah.
I'd see a few techniques that GSP does, and then I'd just go and try it in sparring. Or like this is at like 14, 15-year-old sparring with adults.
So you're already looking at the more technical fighters as well, yeah.
And I'd be like, you know what? I was getting pinged quite a bit last week. This week, I'm just going to work on my defense. And still at 14, 15-year-old, I still had that mentality of, right, even though I'm working in defense, I might have got beat up way more than what I would normally. But yeah, I've worked defense and I've worked and I would still go home and take it all take it all in. And that was obviously thanks to my coaches, Luke and James, as well. They just put that mentality in us and had me thinking like that from such a young age.
Yeah.
So I think that's definitely helped me loads.
I think, yeah, when you're thinking about technical sort of moves and your defence at that age,
Yeah.
rather than just doing like a Superman punch like Chuck Liddell, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Don't get me wrong, I used to go back and I used to
Still do them though.
used to like YouTube like flying arm bars and then come in the gym and try flying arm bar and just like win myself on my back or something. But
Yeah.
so yeah, like you say, I like when I think back, I've been very lucky with every single coach that I've had.
Yeah.
Every single coach has had top quality and played their own little bits.
That's mint. So you've took little bits from everyone.
Yeah.
And, yeah,
And
suppose
like
what
you say, I'm still
MMA
using
is.
bits from my first coach,
Yeah.
Craig, to this day now, technique. But then obviously I joined the Navy at 18. Joined the Navy because I wanted to like travel the world. That was my main thing. I wanted to, because obviously I used to love my kickboxing and that, and the Navy sold it to me that I could do MMA in the Navy, which didn't happen.
Yeah.
Um,
You can basically, you don't have to do anything. You can just be a fighter and be in the Navy.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah.
nice one, sign me up.
Yeah.
Look at that little dickhead.
Yeah.
Go on, get yourself off. But yeah, so I had like my first 2 years. I was on HMS Kent. We went to like Norway. We done 7 months from the Gulf and Med. So we've seen some mad things. We've had like a donkey race up Petra, been bitten by a monkey in Gibraltar.
Yeah. What, up the rock?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went up there. The little bastards, aren't they?
Yeah, horrible.
Yeah.
Well, what we
Any
done is,
food?
what we done is it's like a tradition. When a Navy ship goes there, they have to do the rock run on the morning, but you can only do it early morning, like 6 a.m, because of traffic.
Right.
So obviously all of us are rocked up at like 4 a.m. from the night out. I'm getting dragged out my top floor bunk, literally like bump, bump. Like there, get your kit on, we're off for a run. So I'm sprinting up this, it's horrible. It's steep as out
Do
in
you run up the top? Yeah.
Yeah, we had to run up the top.
We got a lift up, was it? Like, even that
Yeah,
was,
we-
even that was hard.
we had to run up the
I
top.
was sweating me nut
But
off.
obviously we've got all like the cereal bars, food, drinks, so obviously all the monkeys are thingy.
Yeah.
And I'm just laid on the side just appreciating the view, and a monkey just thinks, oh, he's nice.
Yeah.
Woomph, and just bit us.
Never. Yeah, the
So-
little bastards, yeah. Loads of them.
But yeah, so like I was busy as out for 2. I think in the 2 years I racked up something like, it was like a year's worth of sea days within 2 years of being on ship.
Right.
So it was
So
like
you were
obviously
like,
one in
yeah,
every
away
2 days
50%
I'm
of the
away.
time,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was intense.
Where
like,
did this is a bit off topic? Where did the ship park when you were at Gibraltar? Is there a big
it's
port
just-
near there?
Yeah, there's just docks.
Yeah.
There's
So I know the
port
airport's through the middle of the city,
Yeah.
in it, which
Yeah.
is mental.
Yeah.
You have to get in, you have to cross it, don't you?
Yeah.
So you wait like that, just at a little junction, and the planes just go.
How big is Gibraltar? It's only small.
It's only
isn't it?
small,
Like,
yeah,
How many
yeah.
miles wide? Like, is it?
Well, how they measured Gibraltar, right? They shot a cannon off the rock, and however far the cannon shot the thing, that's where they cut off Gibraltar.
What?
That's how they did it. Yeah,
Why?
yeah.
That's
So,
mental.
Why don't you
yeah.
measure it with a fucking normal?
Well, it was back obviously years ago. The cannons and that are still in the rock. There's little holes with the cannons in.
Yeah.
And it's what is it? You can see Africa from it, can't you?
Yeah.
So you can see you can see two continents and 2 or 3 oceans or so. No, it must be 2 oceans.
Where is it? Where is Gibraltar?
Right on the end of Spain, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
towards Morocco. So there's Morocco.
It's our land though, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was part of the British Isles at one
Oh,
point.
so do we still own that now?
Well, they still have sterling, don't they?
Mm.
You can still spend sterling there and that.
As well, the criminals flee off in it.
Well, yeah, it used to be because it's the Straits
jail
of
we gone
Morocco.
soon.
Wasn't it? Morocco to Gibraltar is it's only like it's not far, so you send your little speedboat over there. Yeah, nice place actually. Yeah,
It is nice actually.
So the monkeys just live there permanently then?
yeah, they're just up the rock.
Where have they
Little
come from?
bastards.
Probably Africa, probably.
Well, just not mooch over there and just farm staying.
Well,
you know?
they've got loads of chocky bars and that. haven't they?
They're
Loads of too.
becoming
protected over
cereal
there as
bars.
well. Like if you get caught, like hitting
Bat
one of
'em
them
one.
or something, you get. Put
I
in
bet it
jail.
nearly got a little flying elbow off
Isn't
you.
it like the duck or the
Greco.
geese here or something?
Greco.
Owned by the Queen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's the
geese,
same
yeah.
with the monkeys
Ah.
over there.
Is it the geese or
Well, they have a
swans?
king, don't they? I
Swans.
think
Swans,
that's
yeah.
What they do is like we were speaking to like some of the bartenders there and that, and they were like, it's a nightmare because they come running in the bars causing absolute hell on.
and you can't touch
But if
them.
we
Can't
get
do
caught
anything.
like hitting them out or whatever, we get jail.
Never.
Yeah.
Mental.
That's mental.
So they just cause hell on.
Imagine if the swans started doing that to us, just mooching in your house and that,
Yeah.
just taking
Can't do
bait
that.
out your
Hey, do you
fridge.
want a brew? I'll get the kettle.
Oh,
But yeah, so like, I had like a proper busy 2 years, real busy 2 years. No, doing bits of boxing and stuff like that, and then I actually started doing a little bit of boxing. I think I had 5 boxing fights while I was in the Navy. It was just like when you were in base, right, you're fighting in 2 weeks.
Right.
All right, yeah, sound, you'll get like a little 2
Who
week.
against other
Yeah, it was all
regiments or
like,
whatever?
yeah, all within the Navy. So it's Navy and Marines.
Yeah.
Because Marines are part of the Navy. And it was just like little intercoms and stuff like that. And then I started working shore base, and then I started going to Gym 01 in Portsmouth. Brian Adams, great coach, great bunch of lads there. Brought me on loads, and like you say, that's where the MMA career properly started.
Yeah.
But I went first, went back away, then went back. Then I think that's when I had my free amateur fight. Then I was
You
going...
win all them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
First one was a 3rd round KO. I don't know if you've ever seen it. The first one, it was like it was quite a close first round. I'll probably give the first round to him. Then the second round, I'm sure he was just fucked. So he's come out and he's shown. I like to show to touch gloves, and he's run out, shown to touch gloves, and went for a flying knee.
Never.
I've seen it,
Yeah, he's went for a flying knee, and you can see in my face, I just see red. I just go bump with an egg kick. It just splatters him all over. Anyway, he ends up surviving the second round, then 3rd round, I
I
knock
thought you
him
were going to
out.
say end up surviving in general.
Dead.
Yeah.
Get the defib. Second one I took on 4 days' notice. Fighting at lightweight again. And then I fought 3 weeks after that at featherweight, and then I beat him in the first round. And then we were like looking at, obviously, for another fight, and then this BAMMA thing came up. And Brian was like, look, I'm going to give you the opportunity, because I was going away at the Falklands for 6 months. And he said after, when I come back, that he didn't think I was going to come back.
Right.
So he just gave me the opportunity of fighting on this massive show. And don't get me wrong, it wasn't like I wasn't ready, but that was just a real tough opponent for my first pro fight, you know what I mean? So then I've obviously been beat there, then been sent to the Falklands for 6 months, 3
Yeah.
weeks later or something. But throughout them 6 months, I was always in touch with Bri. I was like, I'm coming back, Bri. I'm coming back. Like, you better be ready for me coming back. And we'd always liaise throughout the 6 months and stuff like that. And then come back, it was the heaviest I've ever been. I was like 80, 81 kilo, but fat.
Yeah.
Because when we were out there, it was that rough at sea and stuff like
He's
that.
never seen fat.
Not what we see in near the
No, trust me, if I showed you the picture, one of my legs was
Bollocks.
like 2. Still had a bit of a pack though, it's weird.
Yeah.
yeah.
Of course he
Of
did.
course we did.
And so I come back, and then he sorted a fight for me 6 weeks later. So I was...
Do you know
88
that? Sorry to interrupt, mate. That the 6 months where you had basically time to just think about a defeat.
Yeah.
I think that's almost better than 6 months winning your first show, because you'd have been walking about, like,
Yeah.
giving it the big one, and almost like come back not as hungry.
Yeah.
But you've probably gone
I
away and
think-
just
Yeah, I think it's helped loads.
got that
I
fire
think
burning.
it helped loads. Because like you say, I couldn't wait to get back. Just could not wait to get back, get
Yeah.
training, and just revenge that loss. Do you know what I mean? Just get a win under my belt. So you're right in what you're saying there. That's probably pushed me more than what I won, like a win would have. And I ended up winning 6 in a row after that.
Yeah,
5 of them in the first round.
yeah.
So
That comes with, obviously,
like there's
for
that
people that
typical
don't know,
saying, you
you're
win or you
striking.
learn.
Yeah,
You win or you learn. So that definitely helped with that. Like
you're very explosive with your striking, aren't you? That's
Yeah.
kind of your forte,
Forte.
if you like. Yeah.
yeah,
But yeah, I mean, but obviously you've been working a lot on your ground game now
yeah,
as well.
constantly.
I
Constantly.
think once you're sharp, well, it's already sharp, but
Yeah.
with that now in your arsenal, I
Yeah.
think it's fucking go time.
Yeah,
Dangerous.
like I'm buzzing now. Like
yeah.
I'm,
So after the 6 wins,
yeah, so I got the 6 wins, and then because I'm on the Simply Rogue podcast, I actually got kicked out the Navy. So I'm gonna go through the story for you.
yeah,
I actually got kicked out the Navy. What it was is I was using a THC CBD oil. It was for a fight against David Calcer. That was the end of the sixth win.
right,
And I was using a THC CBD oil. Don't get me wrong, there wasn't even that much THC in it that you would get high. But because the Navy's zero tolerance, I
Yeah.
went for my drug test, which is a piss test, and it's shown in my piss test. But obviously, I haven't thought out of it. I haven't
Nah.
even went thinking, oh my God, my CBD oil is going to... I just generally didn't even think nothing of it. I'm just taking this CBD oil because I'm aching like fucking this fight camp, because I was fighting David Calcer 3 weeks later.
yeah.
So I've just been taking this...
What percent was it?
I can't remember what it was.
Because I remember I had a strong one that you couldn't buy really, and it was about 45%, I think.
Yeah.
THC,
Something like
CBD.
No,
yeah,
that would have been
this
CBD,
is
not
strength.
THC.
Is that not right?
No,
That's
that's
not
not the
to do with it.
THC, no.
Right.
But the ones with THC in are meant to work a little bit better than what they are with none. Because you can get them with none in.
Right.
You can get them with zero. But I've just thought, I'll get one with a little bit of THC and it doesn't get you high.
Yeah.
Didn't think
should be
that of
alright.
it. 3 weeks before the fight, anyway, it showed up. So obviously I've appealed it. This was in like the February, and I've appealed it. And I'm like, look, I'll go back to my room now. Go and get you my bottle. I'll give you my bottle. And they're like, no, we've got to go through the whole process. Like wanting me to pay to send it off to a lab, which God knows how much all this would have cost. And I'm like, look, it's this. And anyway, they come back to me like I think this was in the June. And like, you're getting kicked out in 2 weeks.
Mental.
I was just like,
So they're treating it the same as you just
Yeah,
smoking a spliff,
yeah.
basically. Yeah.
But I can sort of see it from their side as well, is because then imagine the lads who have blamed CBD,
yeah.
blatantly
Yeah.
not used CBD,
Yeah.
and then they've seen me get away with using CBD, then they've just got a leg to stand on, and
Yeah.
God knows what court things that would have caused and all that. So it was just like 2 weeks, you're gone.
Maybe a good thing
I spent,
in the end.
well,
Yeah.
we'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
6 years, 18 till 24. Represented I was on the Navy boxing team at the time. Shout out to the Navy boxing team, lads. They were absolutely brilliant. Because when I got beat on that first one, when I came back, I was actually back on the Navy boxing team. And obviously 6 wins down the line from being on the Navy boxing team, they've obviously played their part. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The fitness, the lads there, the lads were brilliant. Lads helped me cook because I was absolutely awful at cooking. Shout out Mulky Elder for that one.
It's a high level though, isn't it? Any sort of boxing and
Well,
stuff in the
them
Navy
lads,
and
they
shit.
were ridiculous. They were all better boxers than me.
Yeah.
Just boxing used to jam my head off. They were all miles better boxers than me, but like fitness-wise and that on the track and stuff like that, all pushing each other. And it was actually that year that they won the combines for the first time in like 32 years or something. Not that I'm taking credit for that, by the way.
What's the combines?
It's Army versus Navy versus RAF.
All right.
So it's massive. But the Army have just, they smash it pretty
Yeah.
much every year. But that year we won it for the first time in like 32 years. So like just like, you know, being around the lads in that atmosphere in the gym and
Yeah.
stuff like that didn't half push me, which
I bet it was a
definitely
good time.
mate.
Yeah.
When I think back now, I just think we all say it when we speak to each other afterwards, like how good of a time we actually had. Like it was like uni apartments. We all used to like live on the same floor, and we also just leave our door on the latch. So like we'd just be sat playing Xbox. One of the boys walk in. Next thing you know, 3 of them would come in. We're all having our cups of tea and biscuits. It's like
Yeah.
just like living with the lads. Do you know what I mean? It was mint. It was unreal.
I know that from you, that feeling from uni, like just being in halls and stuff, and you just walk in where you want. You
Yeah.
just go and just sit.
Yeah,
you just
because we had
chill
that
and
respect
go
for
to
each
the
other where we can just leave it on. Don't get me wrong, I'd be hid in the cupboard every now and then, or I'd dot spoon someone every now and then, but
Yeah.
the trust is there. Do you know what I mean?
next. Yeah. Have you lads didn't go to uni now?
I didn't go to uni,
No.
no.
Never. I wish I
No.
did though.
Yeah.
Just for that
Experience.
life. Yeah, just for
Yeah.
the experience.
I think it's probably the same effect the Navy does. You go in and it chews you up and spits you out a completely
Yeah.
different person.
Yeah.
Because you're that young, you get sent out into the open. And I remember my first day at uni, and normally my dad would get me out of bed.
Yeah.
So my alarm goes off, and I'm waiting for my dad to come in and get me out. He doesn't. He's
Shit,
not
where's
there.
he just
Where's
stay
Pete?
in
So
bed?
I just turn it off and go back to sleep.
Yeah.
I think my
No
attendance
one
was
to tell you
10%
off.
for the first year. See you later on, uni. But yeah, it's amazing
like,
time.
Navy changes, like made us like sort of person out the day, and then like you say, being with them boxing lads, that just helped us loads.
Yeah.
So yeah, that 6th win back to the CBD. So they were like, right, you're gone in 2 weeks, and honestly, mate, I was just like, my head was fucked, because I never even had like a proper trade in the Navy. It was logistics.
Right.
So you're talking coming back here. My first job was at Magnet, which for me,
Jay knows about that.
Fuck Magnet.
yeah, awful place
awful
to work.
What were you doing? What were you doing when you were there?
Fucking flinging fridges about and that.
Yeah,
Fridges,
I was at the end
washing
of the chain,
machines.
like big 50 key, 60 key boxes, just girl.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 2-man lift, right? But they say you're supposed to ask for a hand every time. You ask for a hand in there, it's like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Some of the washing machines are like 80. I think the heaviest one's about 80 key, and you're slugging that at 3 o'clock in the morning. Obviously, me.
There's some
not
blokes
nice.
in there that have done it for like.
Yeah, all the blokes
30
are
years.
massive. Like
Yeah.
they're all big meatheads, and it's just not a nice place to work.
So that's what I mean. I've gone from living the dream on the Navy boxing team, getting told I'm getting kicked out in 6 weeks. But I didn't even find that magnet job till about 6 weeks later.
Right.
It was awful, mate. I couldn't get a
Where
job
was your head
anywhere.
at then?
And I thought, oh, mate, bad.
Yeah.
But like, I'm quite a strong person in general anyway. So I'm not going to say that I was like depressed and like this and that. But my head was in the shed. You
You
know,
were just
what
a
I
bit
mean?
lost.
I've gone from being on the Navy boxing team, smashing like an MMA career, to not even being able to get a job. And I thought, Navy on the job, 6 years, done this, this and this. I thought, I should fly into a job here. Mate, it was so hard.
Really, yeah.
So
Stuck
hard.
in limbo.
Yeah, it was cause I never had no like proper grades. Like it was just logistics. It's not like I was like a marine engineer or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Where I can go and get an engineering job. It was literally
What was
just where I
logistics
Yeah, I
in
was
the
about to
Navy?
say that.
What's-
What's logistics?
It's supply. So I was supply chain. So logistics was like the stewards, the chefs, and then I was supply chain. So like, imagine everything you'd have to order for this barbershop.
Yeah.
It would go through me.
Right. So
I'd put all the orders in for you. I'd be the one sorting the stock room.
right.
I'd be the one who like sorts the deliveries, that kind of stuff. I was that for the Navy.
right.
So what
So-
type of stuff like we ordered? Like what type of stuff?
Well, you go from toilet roll to
Oh,
Yeah, so
a
you're
250
so
grand engine.
obviously logistics. I'm thinking the people that actually deliver them, but you're orchestrating the deliveries
For the
so-
ship.
For the
Yeah.
ship, yeah. So
Yeah.
pretty like
Pretty important.
yeah,
Yeah.
important job
Yeah.
where you'd think you'd be able to walk into another job. Yeah, of course.
So
yeah.
it was a hard one that like, and then I remember I think I was on like £9 an hour at Magnet, and I'm just like, this is not the life. This like, and the type of person that I am, I can't settle.
Yeah.
I won't just settle for shit. I won't just think, oh yeah, I'm at Magnet, I've got a job, £9 an hour. Let's just do that for the rest of your life. It'll go up a couple of quid.
yeah.
So I went and ended up doing the rope access. Done all like my offshore courses and stuff like that. And to be fair, I was loving the rope access. Another little adrenaline job.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I don't like to do
I've
normal
seen you,
things.
obviously I've seen you send some pictures where you just
Yeah,
you're miles up
Yeah,
and you just
yeah.
sat there chilling on your phone and that.
yeah.
Just like
It was good. Like it was good. It was mint, and then I was obviously I was pretty much always working with a good mate as well, Ellis.
Yeah.
Who comes in here. I was always working with him, so it was mint crack. And like that type of job attracted them type of lads as well.
Yeah.
Met some great blokes through it, and I still keep in touch with a few now. But like I say, I was working away, and when I came home, obviously I joined Davies Gym at SBG Bishop Auckland, and I just fell straight into that gym perfect. Davey couldn't have been any more welcoming. The actual gym couldn't have been any more welcoming. And when I came, he actually moved into the gym that he's at now. And you've seen it. It's unreal facilities, isn't it? And the way Davey is and that, he's perfect. He's fighting in UFC, which is where every MMA fighter wants to be.
Yeah.
So you've got him at the very top coaching you. Luckily now he's like my training partner, which is, you don't get a better training partner than that. But I was working away all the time on the ropes. Couldn't get in the gym. I'd maybe get a couple of weeks here, a couple of weeks there, and that was it. And obviously you get skill fade. And then this is where the big man comes in.
this is where the big
the big
Phil
one comes in.
steps
So,
in.
Yes.
so what it was is I think I worked 24 10-hour shifts. This was away down Liverpool. And then I had a bank holiday off. And then I worked, I think it was 23 12-hour shifts on the bounce. But halfway through that, I get this phone call, the luxury bed company, obviously one of my best pals. And it was weird. I remember, and he just rings me. You know what he's like, don't you?
Yeah.
You know what he's like. Are you ready to leave your job? I said, what are you on about? Because he's a joker as well, isn't
Yeah,
he? So
yeah,
like, I'm like, what are you on about? He's like, well, I've just been thinking, I want to sponsor you to go full time. But like, it was weird. He was so chilled
Just-
out about
yeah,
it.
just
Like,
threw it at
this
you.
is my life changing, and this is him just like, fancy leaving your job, like.
See you later on, Mush.
I'm like, are you being serious? He's like, yeah. Mate, like I started like not crying, but like the tears. Like I was like, are you serious? He was like, honestly, mate. He's like, I'm serious. He's like, let's get this started. Let's get this journey started, and let's get you going full time. I was honestly, mate. I was like crying. I was.
And we nearly started crying when he told us
Yeah.
the other week.
Mate, it was like, I'm like, because the job that I was doing as well, it wasn't proper rope access. It was just it's called hole watching.
Yeah.
So you just mark people going in and out of the hole. If something happens, you need rope access to get them out.
Right.
But we're just sat on a chair next to this noisy hole in your overalls, just signing people in and out, 12-hour shifts. But at the time, this is obviously during all the pandemic, so
Right,
I was
yeah.
buzzing to have a job.
Yeah.
Do you know, I was buzzing to get these 12-hour shifts in. So you can imagine I'm at like not the lowest of the low, because I'm still getting
No,
paid
but
good money and stuff
you're
like that.
probably
but like,
in a bit of a, you're sort of annoyed that you're not allowed to train as much
Yeah.
as you can.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
And then I've got obviously the luxury bed company ringing me.
that's
like-
why we wanted to highlight that story, because I know he doesn't let you really show it off and
Nah.
tell people.
Nah.
He do, like all your normal sponsors, you sort of promote us all,
Yeah.
but he won't let you promote.
He didn't
him.
want to. When I put the first post out to get all the other sponsors, he didn't even want me to put that he'd sponsored us.
Yeah,
And I put the post out, and I was like, I can't not mention it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I rang him and I said, look, I said, I need to mention that you've done this for me.
yeah,
He said, like, I can't believe what you've done for me. Like, I'm mentioning you. You've got no choice, because I'm buzzing for you. Because he, like, what it was is, like, and like, he's done it out the good of his own heart. And if I put something, everyone's thinking, oh, he's going to want this, he's going to want that. He's not.
Yeah.
He's done it out the good of his own heart. He's just done it for one of his best pals. He's seen potential, and he's probably been my number one fan. Like, not fan, I don't mean
No, I
in
know
that,
what
but
you're
do you know
saying.
what I mean?
Yeah.
He's been my number one
Number one
follower.
supporter.
Yeah, supporter.
Yeah.
He's been to every single fight that he can, and when we do go to the fights, he's the one who sorts it all out. He's the one who'll get the lads together, right? We'll drive down in this many cars. I'll sort the hotels. It's always been him. So he's always been my number one.
Yeah, it's fucking mental.
Maybe it's apart from me mum and me dad.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
he's up there. You should
Shout
see,
out to
Yeah.
mum and dad.
you should see me mum and him at a fight.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can only imagine what it's like from what they've told us. I don't know who's worse. I don't know. He's as bad as me mum. Honest, both.
Yeah.
But so like I remember, I'd have left the job the next day if they didn't need us. But I'm not that type of person. I didn't want to
Yeah.
just be like, right, fuck off, see ya. I think I had to work another week till I got someone else in, and then I'm driving home and I'm like, oh my, like that drive home was mental, you know.
Yeah.
It was
surreal.
like weird emotions, weird. Like same again. It was like happy tears.
Yeah.
Like I was generally driving, I had the tunes bouncing, I'm shadowboxing at the wheel and that going off it, and then,
Monkey on.
and then I'm just like I'm almost like crying at the wheel, man. I'm just like
It's almost a lottery ticket, that, like.
it is the
innit?
lottery ticket
Innit?
to me. It is the lottery
It's-
ticket.
it's a-
I'm
it's a
living the
ticket to
dream
your
now.
dreams, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
living the dream now, thanks to what the luxury bed company have started.
Yeah.
And I like to say, I can't thank him enough. And there's, like you say, there's no money in the world that can thank him like that. But I've told him the way I'm going to thank him is by getting the Cage Warriors World title. And when I get signed to the UFC, he's going to be on my first walkout with me.
Yeah.
I'm bringing him on my walkout with
And
me.
you've heard it here now.
Something that money can't buy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's one of them, because you could buy Phil £1 million house and he wouldn't be bothered.
Nah. What's that? What's that, Mush?
Oh, is that mine? Nice one, eh? Fancy a pint?
Yeah.
But
Are we going out or not?
so, something like that is the way that I'm going to pay him
Yeah.
back, and I think with the fact of having all them sponsors behind me, it actually pushes me more,
Yeah.
because it's not just off my own back; it's other people who have helped me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can let myself down. I can't let the others down.
No, I think, yeah, I bet you feel like you've just got all this, like,
Yeah.
fuel behind you,
Yeah.
just pushing you.
Yeah,
And I
it's
think just
like
positive.
honestly, I was so overwhelmed when I put that Facebook post out. Even thanks to the people who have shared it. Do you know what I mean? Like people who like these are some of the people that shared it are probably just the ones that I say hello to in town. Just the fact that they've shared it, because I don't know where these sponsors have come from. It could have come from Billy Joe Bloggs' post, who I don't even really know. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
We
like-
feel that because there's certain times when we put something out there and we need people to share it and stuff like that to get an ultimate reach, and the amount of people that just get behind a local little business.
it's mad, isn't it?
It's like, whoa, what's
Yeah.
going on?
Facebook
mad.
is just like,
Yeah.
it just takes over, doesn't
And
it?
like people like go out the way to share it. They might not
Yeah.
even come here. They might
Yeah.
be, it might be a random woman
Yeah.
because you're a local business or local
Yeah.
people. They're just and you're like, whoa, this is amazing.
like you say, like Darlow is a small town, really, innit?
Yeah.
Everyone sort of knows everyone. So for the support that I've got, like I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Like the support's mental, but in Darlow there's only me and Lanchana Green who are professional MMA fighters. Then you got the professional boxers with the likes of Ellis, Troy, Ben, and everyone just gets behind everyone.
Yeah,
it's
they do, like,
unreal.
So it
especially
should
in,
be,
in MMA, we all love it, don't we?
Yeah.
So like everyone's just.
That's what I
flat
mean.
out.
I think being the only
Or any fight.
male pro MMA fighter in Darlow, has probably worked in his favour. If I was in London, I wouldn't have got nowhere near as many
Yeah,
sponsors.
it's the type of person you are as well, Cam. Though, so
Yeah,
I know you
yeah.
wouldn't say that, but
Yeah.
the way the person you are, the amount of people that want you to do the best
Yeah,
ever,
yeah.
it's like it's just because of who you are.
I like I was thinking about this the other day again, like when I was thinking of things to say when I was coming on here and stuff like that, and it's sort of like one of them, isn't it, where like treat people how you want to be treated. Now over the years I've always been like dead nice, I'll try and help everyone, and like I feel like now that's starting to pay off now.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
26 years down the line, it's started to pay off.
yeah,
Because sometimes with a lot of people you feel like it's give and no take.
Yeah.
But now obviously I look and I think, well, this is because you've been the person that you are.
yeah.
Like just
And that's good
be nice
self-awareness, that as well.
Yeah.
If you, because that fuels yourself as well.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to smell the roses a
Yeah.
little bit. And I think just going back to Phil as well, I think he's done loads of shit for me. He's done a lot of stuff for everyone on this
Yeah.
table, I think. So just a big
100%.
shout out to him. He's
You
amazing.
gonna cry there?
Anyway,
it's a touchy subject,
yeah,
isn't
it
it?
is,
Because
yeah.
like
Because he doesn't want any credit, man. That's
Yeah.
I did. That's why when we got him on the other week, and I wanted to big him up a bit, but I don't want anyone to think that he told us to do this. He doesn't
No.
want any credit for anything.
He'd hate this.
Yeah,
He likes to be quiet, doesn't
He'll
he?
go mental. He'll
Yeah,
go
he
mental
will.
at us.
We're getting told off.
Yeah,
we'll all be getting to tell him off.
and
We downstairs waiting for us.
yeah.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
But yeah, it's like you say, it's mental, and it'll come back in his favour as
Yeah.
well. And we both said as well we're going to be sat back on here with my world title belt on there doing a podcast.
Yeah, that's the one.
So that's
We've set it now, so it's
Yeah.
going to happen. We've visioned it. We believe it.
And then
It's
what
on.
me and Davey said as well as me and Davey want to be on the same card in UFC. Imagine that. Has that ever been done before?
Yeah,
Coach and fighter on
Mental.
the same UFC card.
yeah.
How good would
It's
that be?
so
Lovely
close
stuff.
as well.
It's
Yeah.
like you say, it's not far away.
Yeah.
It's not far away.
So let's talk about your current situation. So you've got a 5-fight contract on Cage
Yeah, so I've
Warriors?
just signed a 5-fight contract with Cage Warriors.
And what's, just for people that don't know, what is Cage Warriors?
So Cage Warriors is probably one of the leading organisations in Europe.
Yeah.
Pretty much the best fighters out of Europe are on Cage Warriors.
Kind of a direct route to the UFC, isn't it?
UFC is the Premier League.
Yeah.
Cage Warriors is the Championship.
Yeah, there you go. Football term.
Everyone understands the
understand.
football terms a
Yeah.
bit better, don't they?
Even I do.
Yeah.
So,
There you go.
understand
Up
that
the
much?
road.
Mark
eh?
understands,
them
everyone
blues.
understands. But yeah, so to be given this opportunity of a 5-fight contract's unreal. I can't thank Cage Warriors enough for that. And during the pandemic, they've been putting on shows still,
Yeah.
which goes to show how much of a good organisation it is.
People
So-
don't realise how much goes on in these like sort of organisations and how well they're run, do they?
Yeah. Oh, it takes so much.
Yeah.
Like Bry, my coach from Portsmouth, they ran their own show, Shock and Awe, which is probably one of the best run shows, especially down south. Unbelievably ran. They've done it so well, but the amount of hassle that comes with it is ridiculous. And it is sometimes he'd even say like I was lucky to break even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's not
but
doing,
they just
you're not
do
doing
it for the
money.
love of yeah.
You just want to
So
put on a
they are
brilliant
hard
show.
shows to put on and stuff like that. So for Cage Warriors to do what they've done, just goes to show how much of good promotion it is, and I'm buzzing to fight.
We can't
for it.
wait to come and watch you, like,
Yeah.
especially like just being in that crowd and just go mental and
So
just,
close now.
I could fight without a crowd,
yeah,
100%. Do you know what I mean? I could fight, but I feed off the crowd a bit, mate.
yes.
yeah.
I feed off the crowd a bit, especially like my last fight.
When you had about $100 there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
got beat for a British title, lovely.
Yeah.
Shout out to Harry for that though. Great fighter. He's doing so well now, which is good to see because he's another North East lad. Do you know what I mean? Even though he's a fighter, but he's from the North East. I want all North East
Yeah, it's
fighters
just
to do well.
just
Do you know?
respect,
I'm
innit?
not one of these. I respect anyone who even gets in there.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
There's
But-
one I wanted to ask you. So, like, obviously, you've touched on it a little bit, but when you're in that octagon, right, and they've got a crowd, and you're just staring at this bloke who wants to knock shit out you, like, what's the feelings?
Mate, I fucking love it.
Do you just love it? Yeah,
Mate,
yeah.
I love it. Like, it's weird because, like obviously, you've known me outside the cage.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I've started to see a little bit more of the intensity when I've trained. When you've trained me, fucking hell, lads. Right. So I'll tell you this story, right? So I turned 30 and I started like, come on, I want to fucking do some MMA and that. I've done a bit of
Midlife
Thai
crisis.
boxing in the past, but nothing really. So I rock up. Anyway, I'm like, I said to him on the first lesson, I was like, can we do a bit of sparring? Maybe you go like 50% and like just kick the fuck out of me, just see what happens. And I didn't think he was listening really. And about the third lesson, I come in and he's beasted me for 40 minutes. He fucks off and he comes back with his mouth guard and boxing gloves on. I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? What's going on here? And then everything we've worked on just goes to pot. I'm like trying to get away from him and he just keeps coming back at me like
Just
that.
running around the gym.
And then he did this one in the same lesson. He comes and he puts this belt on me and he's like, right, I'm going to knock fuck out of you for 30 seconds and you knock fuck out of me. I'm like, what? So then I'm going at him and he's just shouting at me going, and he's just taking everything I've got, obviously. And I put it on and he gives me about 50, 60% maybe, right? And I'm like, oh, that hurt that. Anyway, I go again and then he comes back and I see him like, his eyes just go like shark eyes. They go from white to just black like that. And I'm like, oh,
shit.
And he did about 80% for about 10 seconds. And then he ramped it up another 5%, and then maybe he might have given 90%. I don't know, I might be wrong. But I was like, oh, see you later on. But I thought I was going to be sick on his head because like I was trying to breathe, so I was like, huh. But then he was just there, just paggering me, and I just remember just thinking, I can't spew on the top of his head here.
It's weird. Them belly pads are weird, aren't they? Like you feel the shots, but because the belly pad's there, you take it. But then like
You're still getting
it builds up.
You're getting that impact,
and then you're
just
like,
coming.
by the end you're like,
It's
fucking
not.
hell.
It doesn't hurt, but they're like coming. You can feel the energy just passing through you, and like and just watching him like that close, the intensity in his eyes and like how fast and like how hard he's hitting. It just gave me an appreciation for it. Like I felt very, very vulnerable. Like if it was a proper fight.
No, you know
I'm
what
dead.
it is?
I'm
It's
dead,
weird.
mate.
No one really appreciates it till they've seen it. Like, not even like when they watch the fight, but till they like come in the gym and actually
Have a go.
see it, or
Yeah.
see someone hitting pads, or see someone spar, and they don't realise they can watch all the fights. Like I find it weird. Like sometimes they'll be like, "Oh yeah, professional fighter," and then they'll show a video on YouTube, and then they're shocked. And I'm
Yeah.
like, why are you shocked?
Yeah, I do this for
I'm
a
a
living.
professional fighter.
Yeah.
This is my
No
profession.
matter what professional fighter you show, you shouldn't be shocked that they're putting on
the goods,
violence
yeah.
because that's part of the game. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Have
It's
you ever
weird.
done
Fighting.
any sort of karate in the back?
I think
black
I did
belt
it.
origami?
Yeah, I think I did.
Man, I bet you are good at origami.
You can fold a towel like.
Yeah, I'm very good at folding towels.
So neat.
For years in the hotel. No, I did taekwondo when I was very young.
Yeah,
But,
you've done. You've like everyone goes to at least
yeah,
one of them.
I think
It
everyone
was only
does a
for
bit
about a
of,
year though.
taekwondo.
It wasn't.
I had a
really-
similar experience with taekwondo you had with that girl. So like,
Oh yeah.
we were like just.
I wonder if we bred the same one.
Might have been. I think it was a boy, but anyway. But like, we're just you stand there, and I didn't have a clue what I'm doing, and then they're just like. I can't remember what we had to do, but it was some kind of striking. But I just smack him straight in the belly, and he's like, "Oh, we're only dead young." And then the coach is like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I don't know. I'm about ready to fight." Get out.
I think I got hit by a girl and then didn't go back.
Was it a good bat?
Yeah, probably was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Winded. Us.
Did you wear the white?
Yeah, it was
all the
the,
gear?
what are they called?
Gay.
A gi. That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think.
See, I had me PE kit on. So they're all lemon geese, and I'm just there with me like that. Just shot
yeah.
up.
No, I had the
Lead
gi.
shot. Up the lead.
Yeah. White belt. Is it two yellow tags or something on it?
Oh, I don't know.
That's
it's
about as
something
far
like
as
that.
up as I
Yeah,
got.
he started at purple, I think.
Yeah. No, I didn't do.
Come out the room in purple.
But yeah, it lasted about a year.
Oh well, you went for a year.
Yeah, about a year.
Oh, well,
I was
that's
able to
alright.
do the splits by the end, but that was about all I got out of it.
I bet you can still do the
I
split.
can't do the splits.
I'd love
believe
to
me.
see
I'd
that
love-
attempt.
Yeah.
now,
I'd
like.
love to be able to, but I can't.
Clear the table.
I reckon
Let's
you give
go.
it a good go.
Can
No,
you do the splits,
no,
Cameron?
I'm terrible.
Nah.
I reckon
No.
Jay's
Nah.
got a better goal than me.
I've got a good.
You're
splits
quite
in me.
flexible, aren't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
very flexible.
I'd imagine because you can kick high though.
Yeah.
So I imagine you can get pretty close.
Yeah.
That way as
Yeah,
well.
it's probably not far off.
Yeah.
I reckon if like one of them where you just keep giving it.
If
a
you
few
did it for a
attempts, I'd
month, every day, I reckon you'd get there,
defo,
wouldn't you?
defo.
Yeah.
Like that lad I kicked in the head for my first fight. He was probably about 6 foot something.
Was he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So mental.
So you do have to be quite flexible, like.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
was because even when I did a bit of Thai boxing, like the high kicks, nah.
I don't think I've seen you kick over your knee.
Nah. Football made me wooden.
Mate, I've probably had more injuries from football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Worst-
different. Yeah, because you just.
Well, there's one for you. My worst injury, my worst scar on my head's off a toilet seat.
Is it?
It's off a toilet. So that fight that I had in Birmingham, knocked him out in the first round. I didn't have a mark on me. So we went out in Birmingham, celebrated. Mate, I have 2 drinks after a fight. I am scattered.
Yeah.
But then when you're partying with the likes of like
Richie Sung.
Phil, Johnny Cass, Richie Sung and all them, oh my God. So I can't remember the night, can't remember a thing. Wake up in the hotel, I'm still pissed as a fart on the morning. And I just remember wobbling all over in the shower in the hotel, and I just go whoomph, slip, and hit my head off the toilet.
Never.
And I'm like, oh. Bri does a brilliant impression of me. Obviously, Bri's from Portsmouth. He does like this Geordie impression of me, like, Bri, I've hurt my head. Like that in the morning, hungover,
So that's
dying.
off the toilet seat, that?
Yeah.
Never.
So I'm hanging over the bath. Like, oh, my head. Then I see all this blood. I'm like, no. And then Bri comes running in. He's like, what you done? And Bri's one of these where, like, you could have a decent sized cut and Bri be like, man up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But when I saw Bri, like, whoa, that's bad. I knew it was bad.
That'll have
Then
been split then, was it?
Oh, mate, right into my eyebrow up to there. 10 stitches I had. So you can imagine that hangover. Driving from Birmingham to Portsmouth with my head like that and then sat in A&E waiting to get stitched up.
Oh,
So it just goes to show, doesn't it?
There you
my
go.
worst scar is off a toilet seat.
yeah. You can fight and not get scarred, but you get pissed and hit your head
I've
off
been
toilet
beat up by a
seat.
toilet seat as well.
Have you? Yeah.
that
Have
one,
you?
Yeah.
Is that off a toilet seat?
So basically, toilet seats are lethal.
yeah.
Fucking toilet seats.
They're harder than Greco's.
Oh, good competition.
So you got your first fight coming up.
For Cage Warriors, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a mixed emotion ones, really, because, like you say, I'm with a new team for this fight. Buzzing with a new team, though, like you say, being with Davey. Obviously, I've been to UFC with him twice in his corner. Unbelievable experience.
Yeah.
Insane.
Oh, well, you went to Vegas, didn't you?
Yeah, been to Vegas and then Fight Island
You've
as
been
well.
to Fight Island.
Not many people can say
Mental.
they've been there.
No.
Is it good just being around all the UFC team and that?
It pushes you.
Yeah.
Like,
I want
to
this.
think, I can get this.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And, well, the Fight Island one, I ended up being his cornerman, didn't I?
Oh, yeah.
I shit myself. More than any of my fights. I'm walking out for his fight, probably shitting it more than what he is.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. But anyway, he ends up poggering him, getting the bonus a lot.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the credit for that, Davey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good corner, man.
Because of me, that.
Yeah.
You didn't listen to a word I said, but it's because of me. Yeah, so unbelievable experience.
Shouting up the Rooney in the corner.
Slide tackle him.
Watch for the toilet seat.
Hit him with the toilet seat.
Here, use this.
So yeah, unbelievable experience. And then, like you say, I got this first fight coming up now. Like you know, I've been grafting.
Yeah.
It was a nightmare though. I got offered a fight in December and I just couldn't take it, mate. My injuries were just a joke. I had so many injuries that obviously you can imagine how much I wanted to get back in and fight as well. But I just had to
done
say
your wristing
no.
as well as other
My
things,
wrist,
didn't
my shoulders, everything. I couldn't even do more than 2 rounds on the pads because of my shoulders. But obviously, thanks to John Flynn, physiotherapy, he sorted us right out, him and Jack.
you? Shout out to John. He'll be coming on soon anyways.
Is he?
Yeah.
Happy with that.
Yeah.
Better give me a shout out. So yes, but now I'm ready, mate. I'm ready. I'm 6 weeks away now. And I feel like I could get in there now.
Yeah.
Generally do feel like I could get in
And
there
we
now.
know how lean you are at the minute.
Yeah.
And you've got another 10 kg to lose.
Yeah, about 9,
Yeah.
10 to go.
Yeah.
In 6 weeks. It's brutal, like, but it's all part and parcel of it, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I've done it before.
Like, it's my choice to drop down to that weight.
Is this the latest you fought?
It will have been, yeah.
What is it?
61.7 key.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
with the pound allowance, so it's 136 pounds.
So what's that in
135 pounds, which is bantamweight.
What is
about
it, stone?
9.7.
Oh, fucking hell.
It's about your leg, that, Jay, I think. Yeah.
My big fucking gut. That's light.
Yeah, so who's your opponent?
Dominic Wooden, he's called.
Right.
He's out of a good gym down London, Brad Pickett.
Right, yeah.
He trains at Brad Pickett's gym. They've got a load of good lads down there. Very good striker. His record probably doesn't say as good as what he is because he's won 6, lost 4. But he's fought. I'll even hold my hands up and admit he's fought tougher competition than what I have.
Yeah.
I think he's fought on like Bellator 3 times or something. He's fought on ACB, BAMA.
Yeah.
He's fought some real good lads. So he's a very, very strong contender. But I like that because my first one back, I've got a good, strong contender there. Win this fight, that puts me straight up there. And I want to get to that title as quick as I can. Then that 5-fight contract, I want to win the title and defend it.
Yeah.
That'd be the ideal situation. Win and defend it within that 5 fights.
So everything going to plan. When would your title fight be in them 5 fights?
Obviously, it
does
just
it
depends on
depends?
how many times you can fight, but I'd like to have them 5 fights within 18 months.
Yeah.
Because like you say, I've been given this opportunity to go full time. I'm not just going to pussyfoot about. I'm in the gym. I'll be constantly fit. Obviously, after this, go and have a little party, whatever, party hardy.
Party
you have
hardy.
To, don't you? You have to. But I will be in the gym, and I'm not going to go here, then come back down here to then come back up here, which a lot of fighters make the mistake of. Like, obviously, Tyson Fury being one of the biggest ones, he was right down here, wasn't he? Well, you need to keep that baseline, so then when something does come up within a few weeks, you can go, yeah, I'll have that. And with the opportunity that I've been given, I'm not going to put them to waste, you know what I mean? I'm just going to constantly keep at it. Obviously, I'll be able to enjoy myself a bit more with food, and I will have a drink every now and then. I won't be out every weekend, but I'll have a drink every now and then. But I just want to be there, ready for the call, and just, like you say, I could be in UFC within 2-3 years.
Yeah.
So,
How old are you now, Cam?
26.
Yeah.
So it could be entering that going into my prime.
Yeah.
That'd be this is the perfect scenario.
Yeah.
And it's got to start like now.
I mean, a prime for a fighter because of everything you need to learn now. We're talking late 20s to mid 30s now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Really? For your
Well,
prime?
and then even Davey's a perfect example.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't realise.
35-year-old, he feels like he's getting into his prime now.
Yeah.
So it just goes to show, doesn't it? And then I just watched one championship, the heavyweight champ, he just got beat, but he was 43-year-old.
Yeah.
You've got the likes of like Yoel Romero.
Yeah.
He's like 42.
Because your bones and shit are constantly getting harder as well,
Oh.
aren't they? So like,
It's brutal on the body, like.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you are entering your prime now.
Yeah.
So it's a good time for
Yeah.
this
Like
opportunity.
you say, I
to come at you.
just want to make the most of it. I'm living the dream at the moment. I'm absolutely loving it, but you've got to put the effort in to go with it as well. And like you say, it's a lot of dedication. Like I've been going on like not sober nights out, but you know, like say someone's got a few people around.
Yeah.
I'll still go around because I don't want
a
to
few
sit home.
people.
Yeah. I'll go and I just won't drink. Do you know what I mean? I just won't drink, get back to bed for a sensible time, and I'm fresh in the morning again. Just so I still get in that atmosphere, but I've still got to be dedicated to be ready. So like you say, I'm in fight camp now, so
Yeah.
I can't be messing around. And
I've never seen you so focused.
yeah, like I just, you have to be on the ball. I don't want to be walking to that cage thinking I could have done this, this and this instead. I want to be walking to that cage thinking, right, I have done this, this and this. I am ready.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Then
Leave no stone unturned, I think, is a...
that's what I was looking for,
yeah,
actually.
It's a good,
You
good
read my
saying
mind
for
there.
everything, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of done it with the shop. Like, I watched a documentary on a cruise ship.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was the most luxurious... I'm going completely off topic here. It was the most luxurious cruise ship in the world, right? And it basically, every inch of the place was, like, thought out. And I think
Yeah.
if you sort of apply that to everything you do,
You have to.
you've got no excuses, have
You
you?
have to, yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, same with you, it'd be like, I'd be the same. I'd be a barber, but then I'm the type of person where I want my own barbershop.
Yeah.
Whereas with this, I've been a fighter. I want to get to UFC.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'm always looking, like, same when I left the Navy. I didn't just settle for Magnet. I went and done rope access. Then when I was in rope access, I was going to start looking to go and do the winter. Like, do you know, I'm just constantly looking to further myself. And I think in MMA, you have to be that kind of person. I mean, you're not normal to lock yourself in a cage anyway and
No, you're not.
just
no.
fight with someone, are you?
You're a lunatic.
Like, it's weird because I'm just like little Divvy Cameron from Darlow, who's just friends with everyone. But I don't know, it's weird when you get in there. It's just,
Yeah.
it's completely different.
Yeah.
weird, it's just
You've basically
little
got an
switch.
animal inside you,
Yeah.
basically.
But I always think back, do you not think it's back in the day? Back in the day, everyone used to fight to survive, didn't they?
Yeah.
So it's just sort of that's in you, innit?
Yeah.
Or I
That
don't know if it's
animalistic.
just, yeah. I don't know if it's just me
presence.
or just
That's what we've seen Mark's come out in the gym. We've
Yeah.
seen his animal come out.
got a tattoo or something.
No,
something
no.
on
It's
his
just, he's got some fire in his
Screaming.
belly, honest.
Yeah, you'd never know.
No, but exciting things to come.
Yeah, honestly, mate, I
Yeah.
can't wait.
Yeah.
Wait. It's going to be an exciting couple
Is
of
the
years.
crowds confirmed or not confirmed yet?
I don't think there is, you know.
No.
Because they've advertised for tickets for another one that they're doing in California in August, but they haven't seemed to have advertised this one, so I'm not quite sure yet.
Yeah.
But probably most likely the next one there'll be crowds,
Yeah.
and then we'll have a Darlow takeover.
Yeah. Definitely. We
travel
can't
well.
wait. We can't
Darlow
wait to go
travels
and watch.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'll be amazing. But yeah, so mint opportunity for you, Cam. we're buzzing to watch what you're about to do. We'll get you back on after the fight as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll have a
Defo.
bit of a breakdown on it.
yeah, definitely. That'll be
But
good.
it's been mint having you on, mate, and just again credit to who you are, mate, and that's why we're fully behind you, and we just can't wait to see what happens now. It's
Appreciate
exciting.
it, man.
And
I
good luck.
appreciate it.
Good luck.
Thank you. I tell you what, let me just give me sponsors
Yeah.
a little quick shout
Shout
out.
them all out.
See, I've done that well with sponsors. I actually have to write them down.
Yeah.
So obviously we've got the Luxury Bed Company.
Yeah.
They were the one who all kickstarted it off. John Flynn Physio. John's been amazing. He's like, I can ring him and be like, John, I've got this problem. Obviously you can imagine MMA, you're constantly, but John and Jack have just constantly kept on top of it, and they've been absolutely brilliant. So I can't thank them enough. You've got Auto Skins.
Oh, yeah.
Ben, he sponsored us. Top lad again, another good mate. It's like you say, it's meant to have like your mates backing you as well, because you're my pals. Lee McNulty with McNulty and Sons Roofing. Straight Up Scaffolding, Mark Richardson. Another go. I've actually worked for Mark a couple of times as well. Give him a hand if you need a sweeper. Give us a shout. MSH Mick, Jack's stepdad. He's been brilliant as well. JW Driveways, Jimmy Welsh. He trains with us as well, so he's another one who's seen firsthand and what it takes and what it does. So he fully supports us. Ultra Recovery. I don't know if you've seen the massage gun.
Oh yeah.
Brilliant bit of kit as well, by the way.
Yeah.
Absolute brilliant bit of kit. Like you say, obviously I've got John and that there as well, but when you just need like a little rub down, you know what it's like after a tough training session.
Yeah.
You feel like you just want a few spots touching up. That gun's perfect. Vision 34, Mark D, another one. He's another good mate. That's just good to have. You've got yourselves, and then my strength and conditioning coach, Dale McPherson.
Oh yeah.
He's just mental.
Yeah.
What he does is just speaks for itself.
We're going to
doesn't it?
get him on and really go into depths of his brain.
Like you say, top bloke, and I don't know what goes on in that brain, because it's not normal with a 400 kilo deadlift.
Nah.
Let's be honest. Steve Colwell, he's sorted out with Capo Management, so that's another big one really as well. He's like, so it's weird, like normally the manager would be the one who gets you the fights and stuff like that, whereas obviously Davey's the one who's got me signed to Cage Warriors, whereas these guys, they've helped me sort like my medicals, constantly trying to equip me with training equipment, stuff like that. So they've been a massive part. Easy Prep, you'll have seen that on my story.
I've just ordered from them, actually.
Have you?
Yeah.
Mate, the food's unreal.
Yeah.
Who's
My mum,
who's that?
Kamal Ali.
Oh yeah.
Right.
I went to my mum the other day and said, Mum, this is better than your cooking. Cheeky
Bet that
bastard.
went down well.
Oh, that's me not getting no more cooking. So I hope he can supply me for the rest of my life. Yeah, unreal scran. And like you said, that takes so much pressure, you know. Like imagine coming in after training for 2 hours on a night and you have to cook some healthy scran.
Yeah.
Boom, microwave, 3 minutes, done. Good scran as well, strong scran. Nick Hill, he's actually a dentist who's jumped on board. He's doing custom design gum shields. I don't know if you've seen my Party Hardy gum
Party
shield.
Hardy gum shield.
Unbelievable, perfect fit. And he's actually going to start Invisalign and composite bond for me as well. So
Welcome
when
to
I'm
the Teeth
on,
Gang.
when I'm on podcasts and that, I can just be gleaming. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, massive shout out to all my sponsors. I wouldn't be able to do it without every single one of them. And I'm going to make you proud. And also Hard Life, the ones who are going to be doing my custom fight wear. So thank you to all of them. I can't thank you enough.
Amazing group of sponsors for an amazing bloke, mate.
Thank you very much.
Mint. Right, good luck.
Cheers
and
for having us, boys.
Cheers, lads.
See you later.
See you in a bit.